We're Kim and Al. Last year, we made some pretty big changes. We retired, sold our house in the city, and moved north to an old farm homestead at the end of its life. Our plan is to build an off-grid home ourselves. This year, with our solar and septic systems completed, as well as basic four-season shelter, we're ready to take on the challenge of building our forever home. We're excited to share our experience as we continue to create this new life on the North River. Hi guys, today we are taking care of all of the rest of the wood, so we're going to cut up the rest of the poplar and get that drying back here, as well as Al's mom's pine and get that drying back here. And then the wood that we have in the actual little hut here is going to be this, basically what we have for the rest of the winter. Should get us through no problem. And then, yeah, then we're going to have to start to put the structure together. Show them your new saw blade.
Oh.
Al's very proud of his new saw blade. It's extra long.
Yeah, 18-inch Oregon bar. But one thing, if anybody's serious about chainsaws, do your homework. There are a lot of different sizes of chains and pitches and widths, and they are not compatible. You can't just slap one chain on another bar or another chainsaw. So the one thing that I will say limits this chainsaw is the fact that it requires a low profile pitch chain, and so you have very little options. Like, you can't get a ripping chain for this specifically, so if you're looking to do a lot of slab work, this would not be the chainsaw for that, I don't think. I am going to use it for slab work because it's the chainsaw I got, but had I known that, I probably would have got a gas unit, like a Husqvarna or something, or a Stihl with full-size bar and, you know, full-size chain and that. So other than that, though, it's pretty awesome. No, it really is.
I thought you were a lot more pleased than that.
No, I'm super pleased. It's great. Like, in the new chain and having the extra bar, it just means less bending over in that, and I can do bigger slabs with it. But yeah, in all the reading that I did, that's the only thing I couldn't get. Like, not to go into all the different types of cutting teeth there are for chains. There's only one type for this, and it happens to be the most versatile. Like, it's got a rounded edge instead of a pointed edge, so it won't cut as fast as, say, a more aggressive tooth, but it's more forgiving of dirt and debris in that. So this kind of cutting, when you're cutting on the ground and that, and you might the geese you might hit the ground and dig up some dirt and dull it, so it's just less sharpening in between. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with the chainsaw, and I'm happy with the bar. But that's the only limitation, is there's not as much variety for these smaller electric ones, the electric butter knives, as I refer to them. Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone can see. Get attention and
we got a ton of rain, and luckily the solution with the patchwork that Al did on the roof worked, so we're extremely relieved, I can't even tell you. And we have dehumidified in this room now, it's nice and dry in here, and we're gonna close that back up. So we're just relieved that we don't have to worry about this as we wait for the roofing supplies to come in and the weather to warm up so that we can actually put a permanent solution on the roof. But yeah, really great news, really relieved, so good.
Oh, hey folks, welcome to the flood. The river here is pretty swollen. It's kind of awesome. The two piers over by the bridge where I usually walk down and fish from, they're underwater. Well, the one on the right here is probably just barely out. The one on the left is submerged, and they're usually a good 2 feet out of the water. So we're probably about 2 feet, 3 feet deeper than it normally is. So right here is the pipe that I'd driven in for my fishing rod, and somewhere further down is the dock. We can't even see it right now. The water's really murky. The fact that the ground is still somewhat frozen, but it thawed out. But we had very warm weather, and then we had just a boatload of rain. It was like 25 millimeters of rain that came down in one day. So 2.5 centimeters, or a little over an inch of rain. And of course, this river is fed by four lakes, and all of them in turn are fed by just this massive valley. So when it rains like that, the river will continue to swell for a couple of days, because when we first came down, I noticed it rising. I'm like, oh, look at all the water. And then it just kept coming and coming even after the rain. So it's pretty neat. And we're supposed to get another 10 or 15 millimeters of rain this coming week. So it'll be interesting to see how far up this comes, like how far up it floods. The folks that used to own this property had visited us last summer toward the end of the season, and he had mentioned that in all the time that they were here, the water at its worst had come up over the bank on this side and was starting to close in on the chestnut trees over here.